Hello and welcome, my wonderful people. How you doing today? It's Chris here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys, hopefully, how to remedy the issue of your Nvidia Nvenc not showing up. It's your drivers. It's like 99% likely your drivers. So I'm running Windows 10 Vegas Pro 15 right now, and I was like, oh, there's no way it could be my freaking drivers. Windows 10 is going to install the right drivers for me, obviously, right? Wrong. So I had to go and install the drivers myself. Um, so to know what to do here, it's actually a little bit more complicated than you might think. So what you're going to end up doing is you're going to actually go into your search bar in the bottom here, and you're going to type in DEV, and you're just going to bring up your device manager right here. Just click on your device manager, and that is going to pop up this guy right here. Once you're in your device manager, all you got to do is go to display adapters, and that's going to tell you what graphics card you have. So I have a Nvidia GeForce GTX 1080. So to install my drivers, I'm going to go to Nvidia's website. If you've got a different graphics card, if you have any Nvidia graphics card, you can basically do the same steps. If you have an AMD graphics card, you're going to have to go to AMD's website and download their drivers. Now, the reason why this all got messed up is because the GeForce Experience was actually garbage. So I actually recommend not using GeForce Experience. I thought it would work well for me. It actually did not work. So NVIDIA driver downloads, you can do this and you can have it automatically detect what drivers you have if you have Java. Or you can go to this website and kind of just do your own. So you can just click what you want. You know, if you've got GeForce 10 series is the same thing. You know, it's 1080. We got the 10 series right here, GTX 1080. I've got Windows 10 64-bit, English, and we're going to search this thing. What should pop up is the newest drivers, 397.93. Absolutely wonderful. Release date 2018, May 24th, so that makes sense. It's only a week old. You can download this bad boy. Once you have them downloaded, it takes quite a while to actually install. It'll take a full like 5 to 10 minutes for my computer, and my computer is really freaking good. So I don't know, man, it might take you 15, 20, even 30 minutes to actually install all these drivers. Just let them run through and everything. Once you pop back in Vegas Pro, it still may not show up. Either restart Vegas Pro or just restart your computer, and it should show up for you guys. Nvidia Nvenc for me. Now, what is the purpose of using Nvidia Nvenc? I've gotten this question a couple times. Well, if you look down at all these different opportunities for rendering, I've done a bunch of tests, by the way, in all of these, and what I've noticed is that MP4 is by far the best thing to render in. Its file sizes are really small. The quality is very good. It goes right into YouTube, basically lossless, which is perfect. So what's nice about Vegas 15 is they actually were like, holy crap, like this is what people use this for. They use it for MP4s. They don't need it for professional quality cameras all the time. Sometimes people just record their screen and post it to YouTube. So they came out with this Magix HEVC AAC MP4 right here, and I don't know what algorithms or whatever, man. I don't know exactly what they're called, but the whatever they do, they make it so you can render extremely quickly. So what you want to do is you want to click one of these ones that have your Nvenc next to it. You know, especially if you're uploading to YouTube, you can do 1080p, 60 frames per second, NVIDIA Nvenc over here. And when you render, it is extremely quick. If you don't use NVIDIA Nvenc, a 1-minute video will take about 2 minutes. If you do use NVIDIA Nvenc, a 1-minute video for me will take about 50 seconds. So I'm cutting out about 55% of, or over 100% of my render time. I'm doubling the speed of my render, which is this thing. And on top of that, I'm actually using less processing power to do it. So just to kind of show you guys really quick, if I start rendering this video, I'm going to go from my processor using about 7% of its processing power to, let's check, probably about 35, 40%. Yeah, about 35-40% of my CPU processing power. So I've got Threadripper 1950X. So what I could do is, if I want to, I can actually render 3 videos at the same time. and render them at the same speed using 100% of my processor, which for me is wonderful. Sadly, there's no way for me to increase the CPU power to render using 100% of the CPU power for just this one video. I couldn't figure out how to do that. If somebody else knows how to do that, wonderful, let me know. But I couldn't figure it out. So if you just open multiple instances of Vegas Pro, that should be a great way to speed up your render times if you're making a lot of longer videos. You can actually see it in the processing window here. It's actually moving faster than the video itself. So a 22-minute video is going to render in less than 14 minutes, which is wonderful, guys. Absolutely delicious. On top of the fact that I can do 3 of them at the same time with almost no issues over there, it's just amazing. So I'm actually going to cancel this guy. Also, on top of that, if you want to, while you're rendering, you can even do other things on your computer without very many issues because you're still not using all of your processing power. One last thing that I do want to mention, though, is that you might think that if you go in your options here and you go to your preferences, that either allowing your legacy GPU rendering or going the video over here and turning your GeForce 10, your GTX 1080 on for GPU acceleration would speed it up. That's wrong. It actually doesn't. It actually slows it down. So you might want to. It depends on your system. Depends on your graphics card. I've heard that AMD helps and that GTXs and Nvidias don't help. So I don't know. You're gonna have to test it out for yourself. But for me, I found it to actually do worse. In fact, it did about 25 to 30% worse with my GPU acceleration on. So I definitely leave that off. I let my processor do the work, and it helps me out. Just while I'm here, man, turn this up a little bit. You don't need to go crazy with it. It's stuck at 200 to start off with. Change it to at least a couple gigs, man. If you got the RAM, just throw it in there. So that's it, guys. This will hopefully help you install, or rather just allow yourself to use the Nvenc. I forget exactly what the name for it is, but it'll allow you to use Nvenc and make your videos quality and render times go way frickin' down. Thank you guys for watching, and have a super duper delicious day.